Hey yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to York City. I'm sat here about 5-10 minutes after finishing recording yesterday's episode. If you've not watched it, do watch it now. I'll see you after the intro. Right, hopefully that intro was short enough that nobody noticed where we finished at the top that hadn't seen it already. Best ever Premier Division, of course, last time out was 6th. And we get reconfirmation of that there. Oh, got another question. Oh, vacant Arsenal post. Nope. That's obviously not part of the thing going forward. Isidoro Medina is the only one to step in, and he's coming at left back. Honestly, I can see why, considering that position has been quite volatile over the years. We've not really had a dedicated player over there. I can see that Shaw's moved over to the right. James Clark used to be on the right-hand side of that defensive line. So, yeah, I can see that. Medina actually, weirdly, is actually more dominant on the right. So I don't know why they've done it that way around. Surprised by Courage, perhaps, not getting that one, but I do realise this season's actually been a bit longer in terms of the number of episodes it has, so my brain can't really remember how many people have been here for 1 year or 2. Yeah, Courage has been here 2 years. 10 million he costs as well. That's ridiculous. So I'm surprised by Courage not getting in here, and him being 2 years, I'm surprised he didn't take that rather than Medina, and then Medina took Borges. But alright. Madeira and Leitao still in these ones. I mean, Leitao expected. Madeira, I suppose, is the thing. James Grimes has actually made the bench, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't take him too long to get Velasquez's spot, and Velasquez might get shifted out here, depending on how long he stays. Velasquez is another one I'm not entirely certain if he's going to stay around next year. We'll get into that a little bit later on in terms of transfers and what have you, of course, going forward. But best 11, where are they now? I mean, I don't like the fact that Romano is not attached to a club. Oh no, he didn't get a club after Shrewsbury. Boom's still at Walsall. Surprisingly, out of these ones, Boom's the one still there, considering he was worse than Romano, in my opinion. Clark went to Wraith Rovers after leaving Sunderland. And Ted Smith's still at Dagenham and Redbridge. What a goalkeeper he was. Edgar's actually gone to Sunderland. What? Is he on loan? Oh wow, Edgar got sold to Sunderland for $2.5 million. Blimey, the fact we sold him for 7.5, it seems all the more better now. That's not English. I don't understand why this is. Few will have tipped York to achieve more than a top half finish. Considering we were predicted 8th or 9th at the start of the season, don't know where that's come from. I mean, I'd argue there were worse losses than the Man United 3-0. In terms of the cups, I think we did quite well in general. Liverpool, bogey team, although we did beat them in the league, which frankly matters more, considering the end of how we've ended up. But yeah, Yorkshire 2020, so many players no longer playing anymore. That's kind of depressing. Connor Stanley, of course, another name. Kind of wants to forget about him. Thor, still in Iceland, I think. That is. Tommy Block's at Plymouth. He's still going. Still only 28, Tommy Block. Feels like he should be older. I mean, they want to be mid-table next season still. I mean, where's the ambition here? Where's the ambition? There's not even like improve everything. Oh, by the way, I've got them to improve our youth level. But considering we've got the Europa League twice, why do I keep half and halving that? Euro Cup or Europa League? Say one or the other, Charles. Considering we've been in it twice in a row now, this is a bit weird. Except the Vision, though. I've got a weird feeling they're going to say exactly the same thing. You all deserve to be congratulated for staving off the threat of relegation. Definitely not saying that one. Top half is too ambitious for some people. Actually, don't really care about any of those 9 if I'm honest. Kante's retiring. Laird is probably the only one I'm disappointed by in that lot. USA, perhaps. Let's increase our profile over there. I mean, we're York. If we don't visit New York at the very least, we've missed a trick there. Hello. Borsa initial budgets. 80... What? I know we had a takeover. Well, I'm not going to lie. I've been delaying a transfer, which I've done a bit of, well, excuse the language, but shithousery. There's a player in Brazil who had a release clause that I was going to trigger in this summer. Other Brazilian clubs have been going in for him with just normal offers because they can do that. You may have seen him actually occasionally on the left-hand side in the inbox. I've not really hidden it too much, but I've sort of got him to agree a contract and delayed it, and then delayed it too long, and it kind of fell through, and then I did it again for a little bit. So I've been waiting for this so I can actually finally confirm it. 89 million. I was kind of worried about the value of the release clause a little bit, because I figured it might be a little bit too high, particularly if he doesn't develop, as well as I hope he does. 89 million? I'll just say we'll still have 70 million afterwards. Okay. Our planned stadium expansion has fortunately had to be scrapped. We weren't planning to expand it. We were planning to build a new one, weren't we? Category 2, though, that's massive. If we can get a category on soon, that'd be great then. I mean, our balance is 100 million, so 89. Alright. I'm just looking at our youth facilities being behind our training facilities. I've just asked them to improve them. Going to cost 2 million. If we can't get a stadium expansion, at the very least we can improve that lot. I won't be surprised if they look for another stadium some point in the next year. I'm pretty certain we've not had our end of season awards. Oh, we have. I completely missed them. I do apologise for that. James Grimes, player of the season. Ivan Seri, signing of the season. Unsurprising. 25 million release clause. Bargain. Xiaonan is the goal of the season against Galatasaray. And Ivan Seri, fans player of the season as well. Unsurprising. Grimes and Corey directly behind them. Yeah. And there's the stats for it as well. 2 red cards, same game. What a stupid match that was. Lentas actually the best pass completion, weirdly. But yeah, 15 assists for Seri, 16 goals, highest average rating as well. No way in hell he wasn't going to be the best player of the year. And speaking of, let's have a look at those, shall we? Now, in terms of average rating, Grimes wasn't too far behind. Those central two going absolutely nowhere. Jordi Escobar's rating for the overall of the season was actually kind of high. He's an interesting one, what we're going to do with. Because he's performed all right. Like, his minutes per goal isn't awful. It's like 1 in every 2 games or so, which for a club like us, fine. But as a whole, we do need to improve that striking force, I think. Left side, right side, striker as well. We're probably going to look for straight up improvements. Alois Silva's not done too badly as well. Almost 2.5 games-ish per goal. But for a young lad like Alois, who's on some kind of international thing right now, he's getting there. He's actually on the same level as Escobar now, apparently. So perhaps we could even be starting him ahead of Escobar. Oh, that's made things awkward. Still on 350 quid a week and 2 years on his contract. Expecting him to come to me for that one. Really expecting me to come for that one. His determination is actually going up, surprisingly. Most of our players' determination goes down for some reason, despite us having good leaders in the mentoring shape of things. But I think most of our leaders are around 15, 16, which is why most of them usually go down. Alois going up, so that's good to see. Positioning is getting better. Composure, alright. But yeah, that dribbling, finishing, first touch, heading as well. Jumper rate's not great, but we like Alois. We do like Alois. Like I say, if someone comes in for Escobar, 28 million, doesn't like big games. In fact, that's really, it's almost a red as well. It's not even just orange, it's one further down. A little bit injury prone, apparently, as well. I don't want to really call him injury prone, he's been out a little bit. I think honestly, if we get an offer of more than 30 million, I'd probably look for about high 30s, maybe 40. Mid 30s I might go for, depending on what the rest of it is like. I think when you got this lad to play backup, if we get someone that is Foreman's level, if we get someone who's maybe 4.5 star to start, Escobar maybe goes because we don't really need the pair of them for backup, arguably. That's something to think about. Rick, obviously fantastic in central defence along with Courage, 7.17 for the pair of them. Superb work. Loftus-Cheek, we'll ignore him, he only played 7 games totally. Bit unfortunate really him. He would have played a lot more if we hadn't got Seri in, of course, but we got Seri. Lentas, another interesting one, because next year I am thinking about moving to 4-2-3-1, having an attacking central midfielder rather than defensive one. But of course we can keep him around. It's because of this situation here. None of them are particularly sensational. The player that I'm trying to get in is actually in his position and has way more potential ability. Probably injury prone. Don't think I've really seen much injury proneness from him, but never mind. The issue is he's operating at a Sky Bet Championship level and probably can squeak from Premier Division. He doesn't have a lot of room in that front. He's 21 already. I don't know. He's pretty alright in key areas. Not a big fan of some of this. Good concentration, good decisions though. Some good physicals. Ideally for a defensive midfielder, would possibly like him to be a bit faster just to cover that area a bit better. I don't know. Tackling's not great. I mean, the player that's coming in is worse in certain areas. But if we're not going to play a defensive midfielder all of the time, he's worth over 15 million, 20k a week. The player coming in is on a similar marker point as well. It's going to be interesting. If someone comes in for him, then we're going to consider it. I'm not going to actively try to get rid of him, I don't think. Shao, of course, going nowhere. Maxence drew interest. I'm fairly certain I still got a promise to sell him if we get a replacement. I've not got a replacement, of course, but we'll see what happens there. Saxton on left. Saxton quietly has been pretty alright for the most part. Medina as well, when he's played, been pretty good. Certainly not looking to get rid of him now, he's got English citizenship. Coffee's on loan. Velasquez, we've just mentioned that really. Alois going nowhere. Madeira, probably going to actively try and get rid of Madeira at this point. Use those funds to get a sensational player in. I mean, considering we've got 89 million, 70 after this other player, we can probably go in for a few good players, particularly if we make 40 million. I said there they were going to look for a 43 million pound deal. If we get that, certainly going to reinvest that money. Pembele, still solid backup really. Laird, still solid backup. Left back is another one we're going to try and focus on. Of course, we did poach a left back that I think might be alright, but he's a youth intake, so he's nowhere near ready just yet. Basically, everyone else down here, Dutra we ignore. The fact that there's only 3 people behind Dutra, great news, really. But Dutra is another interesting one. He's great for a team like us, is what I'll say. He's great for a team like us. He's 26, plenty of years left on him, 3 more years on his contract. He's great for a team like us, challenging for the Europa League. I think he's great for this level. If we want to push to the next level, we might have to look for someone better. But I think, certainly for next year, certainly no need to look for another goalkeeper next year, that's for certain. 174 goals conceded in 201 games. It's a ridiculous record. Lumley's a fine backup as well. Ben Squires has a transfer arranged anyway, so he's off, regardless. So yeah, goal-wise, Ivan Seri tops that, Escobar 10. Escobar's 13. Madeira does have 10 goals. We'll see. Grimes ended up with 9, Foreman ended up with 9, Ebersbach ended up with 6, Silva ended up with 5 in limited appearances, Rick with 4 from central defence isn't too bad. And then we're getting into the sort of the bit part players. Assist-wise, Ivan Seri again. Saxton on the left actually ended up with second highest assist, despite me saying at one point, don't really see him getting up that much. Shao on the other side had 7, not bad from the pair of them. Ethan Laird was 6 as well. In fairness, between the three of them, they did alright. Velasquez ended up with 8 assists in 8 starts and 18 substitutes. Maybe he did better than we thought he did. But this is the problem here. Ricardo Cufrey started 10 times, always on that right-hand side, inside forward pretty much. 6 substitute appearances. He had 4 assists. When Velasquez did play, he did usually play Ian Ebersbach's role on that right-hand side as well. 8 assists for him. 18 starts between the pair of them. Madeira had 39 starts. Ebersbach had 39 starts. 3 assists, 4 assists. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. And considering their striking ability is actually kind of rubbish. Like, his finishing's 10. He is getting better, irritatingly, apparently. Like, his finishing's 10. He's not a finisher. Same with Ebersbach. 9 finishing for him. I even at one point in the season told them to stop looking for the shot. And they're still not getting the assists rather than the goals. And they're still not really getting the goals either. They're just open goals with the ones they actually do convert. And Madeira's on penalties, as I forget, so that's slightly inflated. It's not good. These 2 positions, absolutely going to be trying to improve those with genuine European players, I think, is going to be the order of the day there. Loans-wise, hopefully we can get some loans from across the pond. A little bit more, maybe. Certainly some better loans, hopefully, in order. People from, say, Barcelona on the fringes, Real Madrid, teams like that, if we can get them on loan. Obviously, they'll count for foreign contingents, which would be problematic. But Ebersbach, we'll keep him around for that reason. We'll keep him as a backup, probably, because we can't really get rid of all of our players. And if we include those players out on loan, David Battams has got 12 assists. He's coming through. Ewan Barwick, of course, we mentioned earlier this season, thanks to our youth intake. He's coming through as well. Not there yet, but he's coming through. Gastel hasn't done particularly well out on loan either. I think that was his last chance, really. He's gone. This summer, I would suspect Nick Tay, of course, has not done well either. He's gone. Valued at 26 million, though. And the other one really to mention is Wade Pickering, who could play backup on that left-hand side. No, he's not got better either. So what we're really looking for in this transfer window are inside forwards on both sides. Probably one to start on the right, probably one to start, and one for backup on the left as well. Definitely going to be looking for a star striker for Alouar to be backup too. Escobar, don't know if we're going to keep him. If we keep Madeira, though, he can cover both of these positions. If he can be backup to whoever starts on that left-hand side, fine. If we sell him for good money, then fine. Ideally, we're going to need backups, obviously, in these positions as well. A third one, perhaps. Left back is the other one. I think centre back, we're okay in, really. Goalkeeper, we're okay in as well. Right hand side, we're definitely fine with Shao and Ethan. Whether or not we go for an attacking midfielder, we're definitely going to need a starting attacking midfielder if we are going to shift to that. Because bear in mind, at this point, we are better than, even on the season preview for this year, we're theoretically better than half the division. We probably need to start thinking of having a more offensive formation on the books. The majority of games against those big 6, against big European sides, we're going to stick with this formation, but we're going to be sort of transitioning to maybe half and half, a little bit more. So realistically, we're looking for starting positions, starting players in all 4 of these, and a left back. They're the main things. So join me next time for when we inevitably have 3 more midfielders. And realistically, I'm kind of hoping that we might get a bit of silverware next year. Whether or not it's Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Euro Cup, I would be a little bit surprised by, but one of these 2, I wouldn't mind. Definitely going to try for one of these 2. Semi-final by Liverpool, 4th round by Liverpool. A little bit unfair on that one, I think. But yeah, semi-final Liverpool and FA Cup. We're definitely contenders for it at this point. And I'm not quite, we're only 2 points. We were only 2 points off Chelsea and 4th in the end. And if we compare this season to last season, where we finished with 63 points, and you look how badly everyone else did last year, by the way, it's worth reminding, of course, that how average the rest of the division were. We just capitalised by beating most of these guys. Still lost to the guys above us, but we did beat most of these average ones who between 15th and 7th were 13 points last year. It's been a little bit more normal this year. 54 points has only got 9th this year rather than 7th. So it's been a little bit more normal where the points have been more in this area between 1st and 8th. A few more points for everyone up here. 7 more points for the year. Good progress. 45 to 1 at the end of the year. In 10th on this, it's a little bit harsh, I think. Southampton came out of nowhere. I think they must have signed good players in January. I think they actually signed Jude Bellingham in January. I can't remember now when they signed Bellingham, but ideally we want to be sort of, if on this season preview, we want to be best of the rest. So if Everton are 7 to 1, then I wouldn't mind being 8th in like the teens at the end of this. If we could do better, then we do better. But we'll see, won't we? I've not really done one of these sort of non-match episodes, apart from, of course, the Story So Far one. Bit of a refreshing change of pace just to calm things down before we do transfer window tomorrow. Until then, thank you for joining me. Let's kick on, shall we, next time? Ta-ra.